Deep in the heart of the Amazon, where ancient trees whisper secrets and the air pulses with untamed life, newlyweds Mia and Lucas embarked on an adventure far beyond the sun-soaked beaches and polished resorts most couples choose for their honeymoon. Just 48 hours after their wedding vows, their small propeller plane rattled onto a dusty airstrip in Peru, the endless jungle sprawling before them, a green ocean shimmering with mystery. Mia, a spirited photographer with an unquenchable love for nature, had persuaded Lucas, her cautious city-born accountant husband, to swap a luxury getaway for an eco-lodge buried deep in the rainforest. Their guide Javier, a wiry local with weathered hands and eyes that seemed to read the jungle's every rustle, greeted them warmly, leading them through a labyrinth of towering trees to a wooden lodge perched on stilts above the muddy earth, where the distant roar of a waterfall hummed in the background. Mia's camera clicked relentlessly, capturing the iridescent wings of a macaw, the delicate curl of a fern, the fleeting shadow of a monkey swinging through the canopy, while Lucas, clutching his phone in vain for a signal, forced a nervous laugh, saying, "I hope this isn't one of those horror flicks." Mia. For 3 days the jungle wove a spell of pure enchantment. They trekked behind Javier, their boots sinking into soft earth, spotting toucans with beaks bright as candy, sloths dangling lazily from branches, and once from a safe distance a jaguar's sleek form melting into the shadows. Mia's laughter rang out as she splashed Lucas in a crystal stream, her joy infectious, while he shook his head, grinning despite his unease. At night, under a sky blazing with stars, they swayed in a hammock outside their lodge, sharing whispered dreams to the chorus of frogs and crickets. Mia's voice, soft with wonder, murmured, "This is what I always wanted, Lucas, just us, no noise, no distractions, only the world breathing around us." And Lucas's hand, tracing hers, replied, "You're my world." Yet the jungle held no patience for fairy tales. On the 4th morning Javier's face tightened as he scanned the tree-line, sensing a stillness that felt wrong, a quiet that swallowed the usual chatter of birds. He warned them to stay close on their next trek, his voice low and urgent. Mia, chasing a rare orchid for her camera, barely listened, her eyes fixed on its petals glowing violet in the dappled light. Lucas, hesitant but unwilling to dampen her excitement, followed her off the path. Their first and gravest mistake. Within moments, the trail vanished, swallowed by a maze of vines and roots, leaving them alone in the jungle's embrace. Hours passed, thunder growled in the distance, and rain began to fall, turning the ground to slick mud. Mia's enthusiasm faded, her breath catching as she realized they were lost. Lucas gripped her hand, his voice steady despite the fear flickering in his eyes, saying, "We're okay, Mia, we just need to find higher ground, maybe spot the river." But the jungle was relentless. Vines snagged their clothes, unseen creatures skittered in the shadows, and a low guttural growl stopped them. Cold glowing eyes gleamed from the underbrush. A jaguar or something wilder. Watching them, Lucas pulled Mia behind him, his heart hammering as the creature slunk away, leaving only the echo of its presence a stark reminder they were not alone. Night crashed down, and the rain became a torrential downpour, forcing them to huddle beneath a massive ceiba tree, its roots curling around them, a makeshift shelter. Lucas, drawing on faint memories of childhood camping trips, managed to spark a small fire with the flames flickering weakly against the dark. Mia, shivering and clutching her now useless camera, confessed, "I'm sorry, Lucas, this was my idea, and now we're lost." Lucas's jaw set, replied, "We're together, that's what matters, we'll get through this." They took turns keeping watch, the jungle alive with eerie sounds. Hoots, rustles, the distant roar of something unseen. Mia opened her heart in the darkness, admitting her fear of losing him, not just here, but in the years ahead. Her dreams of a life filled with adventure clashing with his need for stability. Lucas confessed his own fears, how he'd clung to the safety of city life until her passion pulled him into this wild unknown. Their words, raw and unguarded, wove their love tighter, rooted in the crucible of survival. As the night stretched on, they crafted a plan to move at first light. Mia suggested using her camera strap, bright red and durable, to mark their path. Lucas proposed following the sound of the river, faint but steady in the distance. They shared stories to stay awake, Mia recalling her first hike as a child, Lucas admitting he'd secretly watched survival shows, hoping to impress her someday. The jungle tested them further when a sudden rustle revealed a snake slithering nearby, its scales glinting in the firelight. Lucas froze, but Mia calmly guided them away, her courage surprising them both. Dawn broke, the rain easing to a drizzle. Exhausted but determined, they climbed a muddy ridge, their clothes torn and heavy. Lucas's steady hand kept Mia from slipping, and from the top they spotted the river's silver ribbon winding through the green. Using Mia's camera strap, they tied scraps to branches, marking their path as they descended toward the water. Hours later, as their strength waned, Javier's voice pierced the jungle, followed by the rhythmic thrum of a rescue helicopter. Tears streamed down Mia's face as they were hoisted into the chopper. Lucas's arm around her, their hands locked together. Javier, climbing in beside them, said, "You two are tougher than you look." Back at the lodge, they collapsed in each other's arms, their bodies bruised, but their spirits unbroken, grateful for life, love, and the second chance they'd been given. The jungle had stripped them bare, tested their resolve, and shown them the depths of their strength. Mia's camera, now scratched and muddy, held memories not just of beauty, but of survival. Lucas, once tethered to routine, found a new fire within him, sparked by their ordeal. Their honeymoon wasn't the romantic escape they'd envisioned. It was better, raw, real, and etched forever in mud, rain, and heartbeats. So what's your wildest adventure? Share it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more epic stories. Join our community for exclusive behind-the-scenes content and dive into our other tales of courage and survival.